Hello there, welcome. I'm just posting to say I'm live, and then we'll be getting hunting. How are we doing? How was our Monday? Well, we're getting going in about 2 minutes. Alright, I'm just going to post in my Discord community that I'm live. Excuse me, that I'm live. And then we'll get going. Okay then. Alright. Yeah, I think we're good. Right. I wonder if I can zoom in anymore with this camera, or maybe if we just have a little platform. Let's try this. Good evening, Luke. How are you, sir? I'm just rather than zooming in, I'm wondering about just raising these Game Boys slightly. Hello, Casey. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, I think this might work out a little bit better, actually. Let's hope so. How are we both? How are we, Luke and Casey? Very good to see you. Happy Monday. I hope it has been a happy Monday. What have we been up to today? Alright, let's give this a shot. Ah, it would help if I picked up the fossil first, wouldn't it? There we go. So, thank you for asking, Casey. I've been very well today, thanks. I have... Well, Mondays, I just edit the next episode of the podcast. And I'm trying to get it done so that I... Oh, this camera does get in the way of that reset. That's interesting. Ugh, that's tricky. Sorry, I'm just... The camera's right in the way of trying to reset this system, which is very annoying. Mondays, I edit the next episode of the podcast, and I'm trying to get into the habit of just doing that of a Monday. Or as in trying to get the edit done on Monday. And that's with Doop Snacks, so that should be... Yeah, well, it's a lot of fun, as you can imagine, so I hope you're looking forward to that episode. Talking about all sorts of things that you might not know about Doop Snacks. Those resets are going to be very annoying. Yeah, all sorts of things that you might not know about Doop. No, it's not going to do anything either. Sorry, let me just sort this all out. And then I can give you my full attention. Let's try it like this. No, that's very annoying too. Okay. Let's try this. Yeah. So I've got the edit done, and nearly, yeah, we'll just export it tomorrow, get it uploading. Also saw some family friends who we haven't seen for a very long time today. So that was nice. Only briefly, but still a nice way to change up the day. I did a workout, been watching some of the Olympics. I've got the Olympics on in the background right now. I love keeping up to date with the Olympics. So yeah, it's been a good day, been a productive day. Been quite tired today, but all good. Anyway, Casey, I'm glad you're great. You're officially self-employed as of today. That's exciting. Congratulations, what a step. So, as far as I'm aware, Casey, you were doing, you're working for the pool business that you've mentioned. I assumed that you were self-employed for that, given it's a sort of family thing you said, something like that. But no, clearly that's a change. Very nice. Still, yeah, what a great step. Congratulations, Casey. How about you, Luke? What's new with you? Yeah, trying a new setup, as you can see with these Game Boys. So the screens are hopefully a bit more visible. They're just not that bright, are they, the DS screens, unfortunately. However, better, I think, better than we have had previously. Anyway, yes, and Luke, how about you? Nothing much other than loads of shinies caught this evening. Yeah, I've seen you've been posting in the Discord community. Enlighten me, what were they? What were the shinies that you got? Very exciting, Luke. You're working with your family's business. Now you're on your own in the next city. Oh, cool. Excellent stuff. Good. Nice to have another little avenue to explore, Casey. Very excited for you. Fantastic stuff. What a start to August. Now, because the encounters here are a little bit slower, read a lot slower than in the Safari Zone, I have been doing some hunting off stream. In fact, I sort of doubled the number that we were up to off stream. So we're nearly up to 1,000 resets now. At some point you might reset as well, or we might switch as well to shield on resets in Platinum tonight. But yeah, our targets are Lileep, Aerodactyl, and shield on. And if we happen to find the Aerodactyl, then I also have a Helix fossil ready to do some Omanyte resets on leaf greens. So Nosepass, Rhydon, and Skiddo. Excellent. So, where did you find those Pokemon, Luke? Were they all in Scarlet Violet? Nosepass, Rhydon, both yellow. Skiddo, well, it's kind of a lighter green, isn't it? I remember actually back in like maybe a month after Scarlet and Violet had been released, I had a little Discord call with David Parsington, fellow caster. Shout out to David. Hope you're doing well, David. And we were helping to complete the Pokedex, because he had Scarlet, I had Violet at the time. I'm now Scarlet Convert. And yeah, just as we were talking, as I was riding around trying to get Pokemon to catch for him to help complete his Pokedex, found a random shiny Skiddo. So I always associate Skiddo with David Parsington now. Wonder if anyone else does. Favourite event so far I've watched for the Olympics? Ooh, very good question, Casey. Oh, well, off the top of my head, the gymnastics that I saw today, Simone Biles and what was the winner? Rebecca Andrade, I think is her name, from Brazil. Phenomenal, just mind-blowing what they can do. So that was amazing. I've loved seeing the BMX. That kayak they were doing earlier. What do they call it? It was sort of a race again of 4 people in the rapids. Tricky course. That was a lot of fun. Athletics is obviously fantastic. Swimming is nail-biting. Tennis, look. If there's one thing to take away from what I'm saying right now, it's that I'm really enjoying the Olympics as a whole. On the background right now, it's the cycling in the velodrome, which is always fascinating to see. The Olympics gives me such motivation to keep up with sport outside of the Olympics too. Also to give these sports a go, but yeah, so many storylines constantly going on. I guess it's the sort of esports caster in me that is really getting into the Olympics this year. Hello, welcome everyone, welcome in. Emerald, hello, your favourite event so far was watching Charlie actually do the jumping jacks. That's right, Emerald. And it did bring the shiny. It brought the shiny Venonat. But then we ran away from it. Anyway, let's skip over that. I'm very well, thank you, Emerald. How are you doing? I'm a little bit tired. I didn't sleep brilliant on Saturday night, and this is just sort of residual from that, but doing fine. And today I was editing the next episode of the podcast with Doobsnacks, Kirk Dubay of Pokémon Unite. Had a fantastically fun chat with Doobsnacks, as you can imagine, I'm sure. Looking forward to you all hearing the episode on Wednesday. yeah, maybe later on in the stream we will get talking about some of the stuff that Kirk and I talked about. To get your thoughts. So yeah, busy day, and I saw some old family friends as well. I haven't seen them for a very long time. Briefly, so that was nice. So yeah, good day. How about you, Emerald? How's your day going? Kayak cross, that's it. Kayak cross, Luke. We were just talking about our favourite events at the Olympics. Have you been tuning into some of the Olympics, Emerald? And what have you thought, if you have been? Yeah, I'm trying a slightly new setup here, hopefully to make the screens that little bit easier to see. And incidentally, Sapphire that I have on the left here, this is what I've been doing my Dream Team quest on. And in fact, I finished the Dream Team quest, I just have to do the Elite Four. And all of those finds were under odds. So I believe in this copy of Sapphire to give us good luck. The main encounters I've been doing off-stream have been for Aerodactyl. I guess that's kind of my focus, for my particular focus when I'm off-stream. I might switch to Shieldon. And we'll probably switch to Shieldon later on in this stream as well, on Platinum. I did have trouble sleeping on Saturday. Yeah, just because of the heat. Yeah. Generally, I found sleep the past week or so a little bit sort of in and out, you know? Sometimes you're not quite sure if you are sleeping, if you're half awake. It's strange what heat does when we're trying to sleep. You're not so into the Olympics. You've heard some things here and there. Oh, I find it hard to fathom not getting... I think the televised Olympics does such a good job of getting you invested, building the hype, building the heroes. Yeah, because I'm not the biggest sports person, don't get me wrong. But when the stakes are as high as the Olympics, I mean, it doesn't really get higher than that. Yeah, I definitely find myself invested. But yeah, fair enough, Emerald, fair enough. Hello and welcome, everyone. Welcome in. Let's get fossilin'. You're watching the men's beach volleyball. Oh, cool. Very nice. Yeah, some of that was on yesterday. Beach volleyball just seems like a sport where it's just so fun to train for, right? Oh, gotta go down to the beach, gotta practice some volleyball. What a chore. You know. I can see myself very easily getting into hard practice for beach volleyball because it just looks so much fun. Probably don't quite have the hype for it though, unfortunately. Any of the shinies I'm hunting for during Fossil Week? Yes, Casey, as you've probably gathered. My target in Sapphire on the left is Lileep. Target in Leaf Green on the right is Aerodactyl. Then I also have Platinum where I'm shiny hunting Shieldon. It's a little bit untenable to do all three at the same time for this one. So, yeah. Probably at some point during tonight's stream, we will switch it up and I'll just be going for Shieldon in Platinum. All such cool targets. I think fossils are just such a fantastic concept for Pokemon. So, yeah, very excited for this event. Calling it now, if we don't find a fossil in Fossil Week, even though we had such dreadful luck in Safari Week, we're probably not going to do overtime on this one. Because I've been in some long discussions with Pokemaniac Pete. He's been a huge help to me sourcing the equipment I'll need to build my own proper gaming, or, well, not really gaming, but streaming PC for streaming from the Switch and all kinds of Pokemon games. So, loads of quests that I want to get going on with that. So that's very exciting. It's my birthday coming up relatively soon. So yes, we'll see. We'll see how we go. Hopefully, given that Venonat took so long to shine, we're due a shiny that comes way under odds now. But again, in my Sapphire Dream Team quest, I went under odds for all 7 of the targets, including Kyogre. So I was due to go over odds, but yeah, now hopefully the luck's balanced out and we find a shiny in good time. And again, the resets are so much slower for the fossils, so that's why I'm putting in time outside of stream as well. So we can get a good number of encounters in. So, Emerald, you woke up at like 3 AM on Saturday after sleeping early and just never went back to sleep. Oh, fair enough. 3 AM, that's so early. When did you actually go to bed, Emerald? Good for you for getting a early night. It pays dividends, it really does. It gives you so much more of the following day to work with as well. It's always a very satisfying feeling, I think. Being up at a reasonable time. When there's so much to do, it's also very handy. Oh, wow. You finished now the Pokedex in Sun and Ultra Sun. Got the shiny charm. Very nice. Congratulations, Emerald. What a feat that is. It's always so good. Feels so good completing the Pokedex. Great, shiny charm. So all sorts of hunts now. Opened up to you, David. Hello there. A very merry day to you too. Good luck. I appreciate it, David. How are you doing? Good to see you again, my friend. We're going for Lilipin Sapphire for Fossil Week. We are going for Aerodactyl and Leaf Green here. And then at some point we'll probably get Platinum out as well and go for Shield on in that. How are you doing, David? You took some naps yesterday, Emerald. Well, yeah, fair enough if you were up so early on Saturday. How do my fingers not get tired during all the resets? It's a very good question, Stephanie. And to be honest, well, certainly in, I don't know. I've never experienced it myself. Maybe at some point I will, but certainly during Safari Week, because I had 4 systems on the go at once, and so my hands were constantly moving position, it wasn't really an issue. Maybe because they're a little bit more static now, they might get a little bit tired. But we'll just have to see. So yeah, it's just not something I found happening, Stephanie. Fortunately. Thank you for your concern. How are you, Stephanie? Good to see you again. Hope you've been doing very well. Now, as I was saying, I was speaking to, editing the recording I did with Kirk Dubé, Doob Snacks, Pokemon Unite caster for Chazingdra Chats. Episode dropping on Wednesday, as always. He's so much fun, brings so much energy, had a great time talking to Kirk. I'm looking forward to you all hearing that episode. And one thing we were talking about is Pokemon that just have a direct animal basis. Now, obviously, you've got lots of cats and dogs. But think about Pelipper, for example. Pelican. The Pelican Pokemon. What other one-for-ones are there in the Pokemon world? Like Finizen, Palafin. Those are your dolphins. And there isn't really another one like it. What else have we got? Doduo. That's a one-for-one on a Dodo. What other one-for-one? Like Girafarig. And Farigiraf. Yeah, any other one-for-one Pokemon to animal pairings going on? Interesting to think about. You played through your Alola games, but you restarted your Sun. You think you're playing through as fast as you could for at least one hunt. Oh yeah, the shiny type null. Ooh. Very cool, very cool. Although presumably the resets are, I haven't done that hunt myself, but presumably the It's been a while since I played Generation 7. But presumably the resets are quite slow. But maybe I'm wrong. Probably not as slow as the starter, the first part of Pokemon. I don't know. I guess there's some dialogue to skip through. Taking a break from trying to build a Regulation H team. Really want to try to find a way to compete in your first regional VG tournament. Well, Stephanie, that's very exciting. I commend that, and I encourage that. Regulation Set X is... Set H is so exciting. Don't know where the X came from. I cannot wait to do a bit more building for Set H myself. Use Kingdra, my favourite, of course. All sorts of other Pokemon. I've got my eye on that I want to experiment building with. What are you looking towards, Stephanie? What Pokemon do you have your eye on here for Regulation Set H? I can't wait to get plunging in. If anyone in the stream is unfamiliar, Regulation Set H, that might sound like a foreign language, but basically the Pokemon competitive scene, the formats change every so often, every few months, and Regulation Set H has just been announced starting in September. Currently, you're allowed to have one restricted Pokemon on your team. That's sort of one of your box art legendaries, your Lugias, your Koraidon, Miraidon, etc. Regulation Set H has not only no restricteds, but no legendaries full stop. So no Urshifu, no Landorus, no Tornadus, anything like that. Any Pokemon that could be classed as a legendary, you cannot use in Regulation Set H. So it really, really expands the pool of available Pokemon, because when the power level is lower, it allows a much wider variety of Pokemon to shine. Obviously, the restricted formats have their excitement too, but I'm very excited to, having had legendaries on the table for a very long time now. And Paradox Pokemon, none of those allowed for Regulation Set H, or the Treasures of Ruin. Excited to go back to brass tacks, so to speak. So, you decided to do the Pokedex first. Completing the Gen 7 Pokedex, not easy. No, certainly not Emerald. It's never easy. But it's certainly very satisfying. As I go through various games, you're missing some. Oh, I see. Lots of transferring up. Well, good. And I think it's all the more satisfying when the Pokemon take a long old journey to get to the game where you're completing the Pokedex, etc. You really have to put the hours in to get the Pokemon into the game. It's a real sense of accomplishment. You're trying a Bascalibur Sneasler team. Ooh, that sounds fun. Really enjoying Bascalibur. Bascalibur Sneasler. How is that working, Stephanie? What are the strategies that you've got? That sounds great. Do I think Kingdra will shine? Has a lot of competition with water types. Yes, Casey. This is the question at the forefront of my mind, and I still think Kingdra's going to struggle, but it's more viable than it's ever been in VGC, so we take that. Yeah, I think Sniper boosted critical hits can be incredible. It's just getting that Dragon Cheer going. Then, of course, you can use Swift Swim as well as the ability. I'm looking forward to trying that out. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think Porygon Z could be huge as well. I'm excited for that. Obviously, Annihilate is going to be great. Excited to try Annihilate again. Mousehold as well. Mousehold is my favourite Generation 9 Pokemon, so, yeah. Very exciting times. Excited to watch some live events of Regulation H afterwards. Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be so cool seeing what trainers bring. I think also with Regulations that H just announced, it's so tempting. 1,000 encounters, everyone. Let's keep going. So tempting. For people getting ready for Worlds to just switch and practice Regulations at H. They've just got to keep their head in the game for just a couple of weeks longer. Get the most out of regulation set G that they can. Sniper and Swift Swim both seem viable. Yeah, they seem viable. I think, yeah. As I say, I don't think Kingdra's going to be the star of regulation set H by any means, but I think it could put in work that it hasn't done recently, so. It's pretty good with Dynamax. Kyogre teams, but yeah, not so much in Generation 9 thus far. Thank you for the applause for 1,000 encounters, Casey. Yes, Casey. We've got to celebrate these milestones as they come. Swift Swim with Dragon Cheer in the rain, supporting Archaladon. Phew. Yeah. Could do. I mean, obviously with Sniper, you get the boosted power to your critical hits. Which is very tempting as well. But you don't want it to be too hyper-focused on just one mode, like the Sniper mode. Also, I realised... Oh, I was about to say, so I do have two DS systems that might be clearer to see with the screens. But then the resets, I think, a bit trickier. Hard to press A, B, start and select at the same time. All at the same time on the DS. So, to answer the question from earlier... Yeah, you're not really into watching sports. Yeah, fair enough. You'd rather play them. Good for you. You fell asleep at 10 on Saturday. Oh, good. Yeah. Very reasonable time. What sports do you play, Emerald? So, Dragon Dance, Baxcalibur with Glaive Rush and Icicle Crash. White Herb Sneasler. Reminds me a bit of Teal Mask Ogerpon with quick burst damage. White Herb and Unburden. Yeah, cool. Is it Clear Amulet Baxcalibur as well, Stephanie? And that's so exciting that you're aiming for your very first in-person tournament. You're going to be so pleased you took that step, I'm telling you. So many people who attend their first live event, they just don't look back. They have such a good time, and it inspires them to build for next time. And yeah, very excited for you, Stephanie. Which are you hoping will be your first live event, Stephanie? I think Kingdra has potential, but it has competition. Yeah, it does. Skull and Swift Swim with Politoed or Pelipper. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Good old-fashioned Weather Wars. With Pokemon like Pelipper and Torkoal rather than Koraidon, Groudon, Kyogre, etc. I say good old-fashioned, of course. Pelipper and Torkoal didn't originally get Drizzle and Drought as abilities, respectively. Later additions. You've been having problems with Torkoal Trick Room, Stephanie. And Corviknight. Oh, interesting. Corviknight, yeah. You like the ice, poison and fighting covering those that they give? Like the ice position and fighting coverage they give. Anyway, yes, I see what you mean, yes. Trick Room, yeah. Torkoal can go crazy under Trick Room. That's nothing new. So yeah, we've got to make sure we've got our counters. Mine will be Kingdra. To counter Insim with the Clear Amulet. Yes, of course, and it's great with the Dragon Dance, of course, as well, Stephanie. So it makes a lot of sense. Sounds cool. Yeah, Baxcalibur could really see a renaissance in Regulation Set H. I think it's still great in Set G, or it can be. Used to play tennis in high school. That's cool. I'd love to give tennis a proper go, Emerald. I don't really play basketball from time to time, rarely. Go for walks, try to run, and used to bike. Good. Nice. Yeah, tennis is so enthralling. I love Wimbledon. I loved watching the Olympics final yesterday, Djokovic and Alcaraz. Love it. Really been a summer of sport, with Wimbledon, the Olympics now, but then obviously before that, the Euros in Europe as well. Soccer. Yeah, incredible. Good evening, Casey. Good to see you as always. How are you? How was your weekend? Thank you for coming to hang out again. Yeah, how was your weekend? It was a pleasure to see you. Hoping Louisville, if you can get the finances. Yes. Don't have any locals near you. Yeah, I know how you feel, Stephanie. I know how you feel. There are locals like a little while away from me, but not truly local, which is very annoying. I envy the people who have locals on their doorstep, because I would be there multiple weekends. I think that's a huge part of getting big numbers at the local scene. If you've got local competition on your doorstep, then you're just more likely to go, especially when you're casting, you know. Travelling so much for casting, you don't then want to go on a massive journey just to get to a local. You need to, you know, make wise use of your time. So it'd be really handy to be able to at least have the local competitions nearer to me, but maybe with time there'll be more. Katie, if you're not familiar, local competitions, they're, yeah, well, exactly that. Official tournaments where trainers can still get championship points in order to qualify for the Pokemon World Championships, but just a much smaller scale. Yeah, no worries about the typo, Stephanie. Ice, poison, and fire coverage. Yes, no, I made sense. Well, yes, I hope that you do make it to Louisville, Stephanie. Oops. Pleased to hear you didn't get to say it yet, but use the shiny Kingdra you evolved and got the Master Rank ribbon on it on the last day of Battle Stadium last week. Nice, put in good work. Good to hear, Emerald. Fantastic. Tell me about the work that it put in. How did it come in clutch for your team, Emerald? That's so cool that it got the Master Rank ribbon. Excellent. Oops. Good, but busy weekend. Happy to be back in the stream. Well, Katie, always a pleasure to see you. How come your weekend was busy? What were you up to? I've a couple more ideas to play it on a different team. Could have played better, but you managed to get victory with it before the season ended. That's fantastic, yes. Getting it at the last minute always feels so good. Get those sweet, sweet rewards as well from the Battle Stadium. Very nice, Emerald. I commend your efforts. Oops. Got the pole vaulting on in the background. Phenomenal. These athletes. Mind-blowing. Okay, in honor of Fossil Week, everyone. We already asked last time about favourite fossil Pokemon. If you haven't told me what yours is yet, then please do in the chat. But let's expand it. Favourite rock-type Pokemon overall. What's your favourite rock-type Pokemon? For me, it may well be a fossil. I do love Macargo, though. Gigalith is cool. Favorite rock type Pokemon. Yeah, I think it probably would be a fossil, you know. So then I guess the question is, what's my favourite fossil Pokemon? And I do struggle to answer this. I think oh. Let's stop myself. I think my favourite fossil Pokemon is between... I really like Cradily, I really like Bastiodon, I really like Amara Aurorus. I think of those three... That's Rock Grass, Rock Steel, and Rock Ice. Ice is my favourite type overall. Of those three, Cradily, Bastiodon, Aurorus. It's a very hard decision. Cradily, Bastiodon, Aurorus. That's ABC as well, isn't it? Aurorus, Bastiodon, Cradily. Anyway, which is my favourite of those? Probably not Aurorus, just because I have more nostalgia for the other two. Even though Ice is my favourite type. Cradily, Bastiodon. Bastiodon I really enjoyed using on my Shining Pearl playthrough. Cradily I just think is really cool, and it's so bulky and can be so hard to remove, especially with suction cups with the ability. I will say... I'll say Bastiodon. I have more of a personal experience with Bastiodon, so yeah. I love his design. So yeah, that's probably my favourite rock-type Pokemon. You've been dog-sitting all weekend, Katie. Oh, nice, okay. That must have been fun. I hope you had a fun and hopefully relatively relaxing time with the puppies. My weekend, thanks for asking, Katie, pretty busy. I went to visit my partner, which was very nice. And otherwise, I was ordering all sorts of things for my birthday, so that I can stream from the Nintendo Switch. Get some new challenge runs going, besides shiny hunting, which I'm very excited for, including competitive. Ooh, yes. So very excited for that. It was a slog doing all the research. I had so much help from Pokemaniac Pete, who's in the Discord, Chazingdra's Chocolate Factory. Link below if anyone wants to join. And yeah, so it feels good to get that done. It's exciting for a birthday. As well as various other little bits and bobs. I've got so much data that I've been crunching from Chazingdra Chats podcast, taking a stroll through the life stories of people in the Pokemon community, discovering the 6 Pokemon on their dream team along the way. There's the official spiel for you. And things about, like, you know, the most common types, shinies, repeated Pokemon, stuff like that. I'm looking forward to sharing all those findings with you. It just takes a long time to go through all the data. So at some point, I'll be able to release that data, and looking forward to you all seeing. Anyway, I was working a bit on that, Katie, and yeah, so it was a full weekend. Full, but it was good, thanks. Woo Fossil Week indeed, Kazim. That's right. Welcome, KG. Welcome, my friend. How are you doing? How was your weekend? Appreciate you tuning in. We are going for those shiny fossil Pokemon. And let's hope that our luck is much better than it was for Safari Week. Yes, how was your weekend, KG? Hurricane, God and Earth Shifu. Oh yeah, of course it gets Hurricane, very cool. Dragon Meteor was good. I'm glad. Oh, that it still gets Skull. Yes, true. Yeah, that's a big selling point for Kingdra and regulations at H. Also, you know, moves like Yawn and Icy Wind, Swift Swim. Yeah. Could be great. Oh. Oh dear. Just spilt some water, but we're okay. Just dry off my hand. Hello, Ronnie. It is indeed a Charlie streaming. It's a Charlie drying off his hand after spilling some water. But, yes. That's right, Ronnie. We're here for Fossil Week. How you doing? Congratulations again, Ronnie, on your performances over the weekend. Ronnie, for anyone who's not aware, attended a couple of local tournaments. Did really well. So congratulations to you, Ronnie. And always a pleasure to see you. How are you doing? How has your Monday been? After your tournaments the past weekend. Your fave rock-type Pokemon is Cleaver, Stephanie. You just like him. Yeah, fair enough. Very cool Pokemon. I remember when Cleaver was first revealed for Legends Arceus. Ooh, exciting times. I really enjoyed playing through Legends Arceus. I didn't replay it as much as I replay other Pokemon games, but playing through, I had a really good time. Favourite fossil is Amaura, because she's adorable. She is adorable. Absolutely. And I love Amaura, as I said. Rock and Ice. It might be a typing that defensively leaves something to be desired, but I kind of like that as a challenge, you know, trying to make it work. Remember James Beck back in the Sword and Shield days building Aurora's team, even though Zacian was everywhere in the format. And obviously, Aurora's takes double damage, for double super effective damage from Steel-type moves being a part Rock and part Ice-type. And just so impressed. So impressive. James Beck is a phenomenal player. You know, with Aurora Veil and with Icy Wind and stuff. Blizzard. Doesn't work. Tyranitar is what comes to mind. Yeah, it's a really good point, actually. I wasn't thinking about Tyranitar Emerald, but you're so right. Larvitar and Tyranitar and Pupitar definitely up there for me as well, in terms of favourite Rock-type Pokemon. Yes. I remember finding Larvitar in Pokemon Silver when I was younger. My first playthrough. Never seen it before. No idea what it was. So I raised it. Raising it, obviously, it takes a little while. And I knew that it was going to be good, because it was taking so long to raise. I knew it was going to be powerful. But also, I spoke to the scientist first to pick up the fossil, wouldn't it? Yeah, and then lo and behold. In fact, I think I had a Tyranitar trading card before I had it in-game. So maybe I cottoned on that this Larvitar would probably become a Tyranitar one day, but yeah, so I had a little taster. Yeah, fond memories. Amazing how we associate just a certain time with just one Pokemon as well, right? Yes, we associate a time with a playthrough, etc., but sometimes we were just so set on one particular Pokemon for an extended period of time. And I remember that time with Larvitar. How about all of you? Was there any times for you all when you were just sort of obsessed with one particular Pokemon for a period of time? Like, you find it randomly, you think, what is this? You raise it, you evolve it, try and discover all that you can about it. I've had multiple experiences like that. How about all of you? Streaming on my birthday. I'm probably not going to be streaming on my birthday, Ronnie. I will have all sorts of computer components to assemble so I can stream from the Nintendo Switch. And I'm not sure it'll be ready for my birthday. Also, probably just have a little bit of a break around my birthday, but we will do some kind of birthday celebration stream at some point. Looks like I might be going away for a little holiday as well shortly after my birthday. But but then we'll get the streams going. New look kind of stream. Very exciting. Well, hello, Zombie Aaron. Good to see you in the chat. How are you doing? Thanks so much for hopping in. How did you come across the stream today? Always a pleasure to see new people in the chat. Good to see you. So, Zombie, in Sapphire, on the left here, my silver Game Boy Advance SP, I'm going for Lileep, as you can just about see here, hopefully. That's not shiny. In Leaf Green here, as you can see, Aerodactyl. And in Platinum, which is a bit unwieldy to do 3 systems at the same time with the resets, but in Platinum, which we might switch to a little bit later on, I'm going for Shieldon. I love all of those Pokemon. I was just saying, I think Bastiodon is probably my favourite fossil Pokemon. How about you, Zombie? Are you doing Fossil Week? What are your favourite fossil Pokemon? Good to see you. Another question for you all. A few of the guests I've spoken to so far on my podcast, linked below, have said that, for example, Pokemon Red and Blue, they sort of weren't aware that, for example, if you were playing Pokemon Red, you could choose any option other than Charmander. They thought you had to choose the Pokemon that was on the box. Anyone else have an experience like that? Anyone else also have an experience of feeling like... of not knowing they could save? So you felt like you had to do... just get as far as you can in one sitting, and then you start all over again the next time. Because that's been a common theme that's been coming up with my guests. Also, everyone, of course, if you're enjoying the stream, you know what's coming. Please do like and subscribe. Because those things really do go a long way. Much further than it might initially seem. Thank you. Let's check these. Lileep is a great shiny. Favourite to fish with? Yes, of course. Yeah. Suction cups. Guaranteeing a Pokemon being hooked up when you're fishing. Very cool. You're also doing Fossil Week. You're doing it in Sword and Shield, and you've already got one Artifice. Wow, very nice, Zombie. How many revives, how many fossils was that? Well, not how many fossils, because obviously you need 2 in Sword and Shield, but yeah, how many fossils revived until you saw the shiny Artifice? Such a cool shiny. The Galar fossil shinies are such cool colours. Going that monochrome. Very sleek, very sleek. Yeah, maybe at some point I'll shiny hunt the Galar fossils. I just have such nostalgia for the earlier generations. I knew that for Fossil Week I had to go classic. Generation 4 is quite late for me, really. Going for Shield on there. Stop running away from me, Mr. Scientist. No, on the Lileep. Sorry that the screens aren't that visible. I'm doing what I can. I mean, the screens, yeah, don't light up quite as much as I thought they would, which is a shame. I hope that things can be made out. I'll make things very clear when we do get a shiny. I've just turned on the ring light around the webcam. So hopefully that makes some difference. 4,936 revives. Wow, you've already put in a lot of resets or revives there, Zombie. Good for you. Fossil Week dedication. Then again, maybe over the weekend you had more time to put in some resets. Cool. Just a bit above odds, exactly. Yeah, great colour scheme for the Galar Fossil Shinies. I just love fossil Pokemon. Yeah, shame we don't have them in Scarlet and Violet, but it does make it all the more exciting when there is a generation that contains fossil Pokemon. In case you're unaware, Zombie, so I'm a host and commentator for the Pokemon Video Game Championship Series, and I also have a podcast called Chazingdra Chats. The scientist just moving away from me. Where we take a deep dive into the life stories of people in the Pokemon community and discover the 6 Pokemon on their dream team along the way. And one of the guests that I had on was Quick Panic, Kyle. Who, of course, is one of the hosts of Fossil Week, the other being Tales of Taylor. So do check out that episode. It's on my channel. It's also linked in the description below. I think it's hopefully should be really good Fossil Week motivation for you, Zombie. Sounds like it'd be right up your street. I've also got an interview with Matt Absol Blogs Pokemon in the same podcast. Matt was a fantastic guest to have. Really inspiring and really interesting life story. So hope you enjoy that, Zombie. I also vlog some of the events that I commentate. Got my Discord community link below if anyone wants to hang out off stream in there, continue talking about Pokemon, sharing trivia, sharing shinies, sharing competitive thoughts, all of that. And I've got my socials linked below as well. All follows and likes and subscribes, all hugely appreciated, of course. I think it's time for more secret birthday art. Hee hee hee, Ronnie, nice. It's so cool that you're doing that, and I can't wait to see how it turns out. Hope you're not putting too much pressure on yourself for that, Ronnie. Hope it's just, all good fun. That's what we would want. Important to have fun while making your art. Yeah, exactly, with Matt Absol Blogs Pokemon, Zombie. Exactly. Hope you enjoy listening. Had such a good time talking to them both. And so many more guests as well, competitive and casual, and TCG players, Go players, Unite casters, as well as casters from all of the games. So yeah, check it out. Linked below. Got an episode with Snacks, Kirk Dubay. Coming out on Wednesday, 3 PM UK time, and overnight tomorrow, so it's there for Wednesday morning. Plenty more guests to come too. Yeah, Absol Blogs is definitely an inspiration, Zombie, yeah. He just sort of somehow manages to create more hours in the day. Very productive person. And a lovely person too. How many attempts am I thinking you'll take compared to Safari Week? It's a very good question, Stephanie. Well, the odds are the same, so we don't really have much more information to work with than that, unfortunately. But hopefully this one won't go as crazily over odds as Safari Week did. Zombie, and for anyone else who's new, Safari Week, I went more than 50,000 encounters before anything shone. More than 50,000. And then the shiny I did find was a Venonat. Stoked, but I was in such a rhythm of pressing buttons that I accidentally ran away before that I'd encountered a shiny, which was so stupid of me. Also, they were kind of bound to happen when you're doing that many encounters. When you're so ready to see something shine. But anyway, we had the experience, we saw the shiny, and I will reclaim that Venonat one day. Especially because I found a shiny Venonat last year in Safari Week 2, and that one ran away from me after breaking out of a couple of Safari Balls, I think. So, one day. Oops. Gulpin. So is this a Pokemon that you'd never encountered before? You didn't know what they evolved into? Gulpin into Swalot, yes. No trainer has it in Hoenn. That's interesting. I'm not sure I was aware of that. No trainer has a Swalot in Hoenn. Or Swalot. Is it Swalot? Because if Swallow, it's a stomach. Not sure. Yeah, Trapinch into Vibrava. Yeah, that's a big one. I also had that. I had a Trapinch, and yeah, Vibrava looks so different from Trapinch, and it's so cool. Dragon Crowned as well. As playing through Generation 3 for the first time. And seeing catching Trapinch took a while to evolve. It was so exciting to see it evolve into a Dragon type. Which, of course, up to that point was so rare and still was in Generation 3. It still is, but we do have more now. Yeah, good answer. Spoink to Grumpig, too. What a fun Pokemon. The plushie is so good of Spoink. Or Spring Pig. It's getting approval from Ashcart, Rani, the art. Well, yeah, exactly. So it'll be good for sure. Ashcart's GIFs and drawings are so amazing. So yeah, I can't wait to see the art come to life. Rani. The only fossils you have are Cranidos and Shieldon in the Blueberry Academy. Yeah, that's true, yeah. But I mean new fossil Pokemon Emerald. Shame we don't have any new fossil Pokemon in Generation 9. But it's cool, yeah, that you can find Cranidos and Shieldon. White whale guests. That's a really good question. I'm glad you enjoy listening to the podcast, Stephanie. It's always so much fun to do. I'm getting mixed up with my button clicks here. Yeah, I love making the episodes, so it's very pleasing to hear that people enjoy listening to them. Yeah, the hope is that no matter who the guest is, the format is interesting enough that people will just tune in to enjoy that. Because yeah, it can be hard to come by just sort of people talking to everyone else as people, as friends in the Pokemon community, and getting to know them behind the Pokemon, you know? Anyway, white whale guests. Well, someone I've had in mind for a long time, Stephanie, you know, would be amazing to be able to make this happen at some point, who knows, but Ed Sheeran. Wouldn't Ed Sheeran be incredible? I mean, we all know he's a massive Pokemon fan. He recorded the song for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Celestial, which I think is a great song, by the way. Would love to have Ed Sheeran on the show. It'd be incredible. I think he'd have a really good time. I think he'd enjoy it. So yeah, maybe I'll try and make that happen at some point. I don't know how, but he's certainly one of the White Whale guests, Stephanie. Haven't done Safari Week yet, Zombie, and thank you for the sympathy regarding the more than 50,000 encounters and run away from the Venonat. Dear oh dear. Haven't done Safari Week yet. You're both scared and excited to even think about trying. I think it's worth doing. Yes, you might lose a shiny, but well, I guess it comes down to your preferences, right? If you know that having a shiny run away from you would just sort of kill your motivation, it wouldn't be worth it, then yeah, probably don't do Safari Week. On the other hand, if you don't mind if it runs away, at least you've seen it sort of philosophy, then Safari Week is great. And of course, it makes the success all the better when you do have it. I don't think this light is helping, is it? Try and make the screens more visible, but hey. So yeah, I think you should do it at some point. I think you'll regret not trying it at all. But yeah, you know yourself best as to how satisfying and how satisfying you'd find it, and how much you'd be able to put up with potentially a shiny running away from you. Oops. There we go. Really cool seeing Flygon running on the ground in the DLC. Yeah, wasn't it, Stephanie? Yeah. That's a really good point. Just seeing a Flygon there roaming around is so exciting. You know, Gen 3 age me would not have been able to fathom that. Sometimes skip a generation on new fossils. Yeah, exactly, Emerald. Yeah, which is good. It keeps it exciting when we do get new fossils. Ed Sheeran, if I can do it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But I just think he's kind of the perfect guest to aspire to in terms of Pokemon. Just saying hashtag Chazingdra Chats with Ed Sheeran. Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine? Now, something else we try and do here on this channel for anyone who's new. During the streams, I've been known to attempt Pokemon cries. The sounds that they make in the game. And, so if anyone has any suggestions for cries that I can try and imitate, then please do chat them in the chat. Anything is possible. All it takes is to just ask. Exactly. I want to get the show to a point where it's got a decent run. I want to get a good number of episodes in before I approach anyone like Ed Sheeran, I think. So yeah, there's no rush for it. When the time is right, I will try and I'll do what I can. But yeah, I think it's nice to have it as something to aspire to. So yeah, any cries you want me to try and impersonate, then I certainly will. And Zombie, what's your proudest shiny? What's the shiny you have that you're proudest of? Always an interesting insight, that question. I reckon in about 20 minutes we'll switch to shield on resets. As I say, my birthday coming up soon. I have been sourcing for my birthday a proper streaming computer, so that I can stream from the Nintendo Switch and doing competitive content, doing shiny hunting in later Pokemon games, as well as competitive, as well as challenge runs, like trying to beat Shining Pearl with just a Ledian, things like that. So, but as well as some classic Dream Team Quest shiny hunting in older games. So, plenty to look forward to with the streams coming up very shortly. By very shortly, I mean a couple of weeks, but relatively shortly. We've got Fossil Week to tide us over for now. So, your favourite Togekiss. I love Togekiss's cry running. Okay, here we go. It's a hard one, but we'll give it a go. That was bad. I need a couple of warm-up goes first. Sounds a little bit squealy, doesn't it? Because it's got this sort of tinkly element to the sound, which is very hard for a human to do. It's that ending bit I'm not happy with. I think the first bit is fine. And then... something like that. You see what I'm going for? Or do I just... that just sounds completely wrong? Incineroar. Okay. It's more straightforward, that one. That does make it easier to interpret. As in, the sound is more straightforward. Or there's less variation to it than Togekiss. As it happens. Or, I mean, as Incineroar is making its noise. Okay. You know, it's that sort of thing. That's what I got for you, Emerald. Zombie, hard pick for your proudest shiny Pokemon. Okay, let's find out. Probably shiny Regieleki from Sword and Shield. Ooh. First time you really tried a longest off reset hunt with no shiny charm. And that's a fantastic effort, Zombie. How many resets did you do? How many resets did it appear in? What a cool shiny to have. Of the two, Regieleki and Regidrago, I'm more of a Regidrago fan myself. Regieleki, though, I mean, still so cool. And great shinies. That's a great answer. That's what you needed, Ronnie? Good. Glad we enjoyed Togekiss. And Raw for Emerald, exactly. It's annoying having the, I think here's what happened last time thing that happened on Fire Red Leaf Green when you boot up your save file is, really interesting. It's a cool touch. But when it comes to the resets, it's, messes up the flow a little bit, unfortunately. Now, let me do a cry for you all to guess. Let's go with... what should we go with? Okay. Something like that. Your clue is it's Generation 3. It's Generation 3. Oh, that's tough to do. It's a big raw sort of thing. Slightly more like that. Any guesses? You had mentally prepared yourself for possibly months of hunting for the Regieleki. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've got to be prepared for that if you're doing Pokemon the Nintendo Switch soft resets. Just thought what's good about the setup actually is that the camera is not flickering as it has been doing, so that's handy. Anyway, you'd seen people take over 20,000 resets to get Regieleki, yeah. You were absurdly lucky and appeared in 947. Wow, you must have been buzzing. You must have been buzzing, Zombie. Congratulations. Incredible timing. What's your favourite Pokemon, Zombie? And what's your favourite generation? I'm a Johto person myself. I love Generation 2. How about you, Zombie? That's an incredible story as well. Sub 1000 resets. Incredible for Regieleki. How do I know all these cries without looking it up? Yeah, it is memory. Yeah. I don't know. I find this interesting when people say, how do you do that? Because I don't know. The cries in game stick with me relatively well. And some of them we've heard so many times over the years. I just find them incredibly distinctive. I'm saying incredibly a lot. Finding them very distinctive. There we go. Very it. So yeah, I guess it's just different brains working differently, right? But yeah, certainly for me, the cries always stick with me. I bet you were shocked, Zombie, yeah. Incredible stuff. Trying to sound them out is another story. Yeah, not always the easiest. Do we have any guesses as to this one that I've just done? Generation 3. It actually sounds a bit high. What's the name? That time was arguably the best I've done it. So, clearly that's not saying much, but yeah. Alright, we're going to get to possibly 1250 on these games. I'm going to switch to Shield On. Get some Shield On resets in. Camerupt Emerald, it's not. Camerupt is like this is you're a fan of Hoenn, Zombie, because you got into Pokemon around the time of X and Y and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Very nice. And Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire helped you assemble a complete living dex. It was your proudest accomplishment. Very nice. Yeah, that takes some time, Zombie. That's a very cool thing to achieve. Congratulations. Living dex. Must have felt good. Yes, and that makes total sense for Hoenn being your favourite. Such fond memories attached to Hoenn and the remakes Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Cradily, no, it's not Emerald. Cradily is like something like that. And this is Metagross Emerald, it's not, but good guess. No worries, Zombie. No, it's such a cool achievement. Sounds like a lot of fun too. Did you have fun filling out the living dex, Zombie? Seems like it'd be a fun quest. Metagross, so it's not Metagross Emerald, no. Metagross is and this cry is I'll give you another clue. It is What clue should I give you? It's a flying type Pokemon. It's a Generation 3 flying type Pokemon. Also, since you mentioned Metagross, Emerald, let's ask, between the Generation 3 powerhouse Pokemon, because Generation 3 is the only one to have brought in 2 new powerhouse Pokemon, these Pokemon that appear later on in the Pokedex, and their fully evolved form is that much more powerful. Do you prefer Salamence or Metagross? What's everyone's opinion on that? Salamence or Metagross? I think for me, it's probably Salamence. I love the dragon type. Metagross is so cool. But yeah, I just have a slight preference for Salamence. How about you all? Metagross or Salamence? You had a lot of fun. Oh. Let me just check these ones. Got out of sync there. You had a lot of fun doing Luminex? Cool. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Your hardest Pokemon to get were the Mythicals? Yes, of course. Jirachi was the last one. And also, for some reason, Cherubi eluded you for ages. Yeah, of course. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire you've got in the 600s of Pokemon to obtain there. So, yeah, that's quite a feat. Cherubi I found very difficult to obtain in Legends Arceus, actually. Surprisingly so. Just very rare, I think. So yeah, I feel you on the Cherubi there, Zombie. I agree. Still, amazing stuff. Metagross for you, Emerald. Steel is so strong. Steel is definitely strong. They're such cool Pokemon. You prefer Salamence as well, Rani? Hello, Jack. Welcome. How are you? How was your weekend? I hope you weren't working too hard. 1, 2, 3, 4 resets, everyone. What a serendipitous time to enter Jack. Order. Pleasing number to enter on, anyway. Good to see you, Jack. How are you? We're going to be switching to Shield on resets very shortly. The question is Metagross or Salamence, Jack? Metagross or Salamence? Being the 2 powerhouse Pokemon available in Generation 3. Salamence because Roaring Moon is very cool. Yes, Zombie, yes, Roaring Moon is. Yeah. I originally played Violet. Then when I learned that you get past Paradox Pokemon in Scarlet, I actually got Scarlet. as well. And Roaring Moon was a big part of my excitement about Pokemon Scarlet, I've got to say. Such an amazing design. Cherubi only appears in 2 trees. Yeah, okay. Perfecting its text page was not fun. Yeah. That's right. You've reminded me now in Legends Arceus. Yes, of course. But I do think it's cool that you've got those rare Pokemon, because the people who happen to get one very early in the game, that's quite a find. And it's all about the things that... Oops. All about the things that give us a personal connection to each of our Pokemon. Keep us coming back. Love it. So yeah, I didn't mind having to hold out for a Cherubi for so long, personally. I then, I think, found an outbreak of them in Legends Arceus and found a shiny, so... once again, everyone, if you're enjoying the stream, please do drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Would mean a huge amount. We've got so much going on the channel with my event vlogs, got Chazingdra Chats, my podcast, linked below. Got my socials linked below as well. Got my Discord community. It'd be a pleasure to see any of you in there. Zombie, if you want to keep talking about shinies off stream, excuse me, then hop in there. Chazindra's Chocolate Factory. It's linked below. It's a very fun and friendly community, so it would be a pleasure to see any of you in there. Always a pleasure to see new faces in there. Got my Patreon link below if you want to support me as a creator. You can get access to bonus Chazingdra Chats content, the Rapidash round, quickfire questions that my guests haven't prepared for. But for now, thanks so much for enjoying the stream. And for joining me tonight in Fossil Week. Working, you're off, but tomorrow you are. Speaking like Yoda, I am. Love that, Jack. Sometimes we all just express ourselves like Yoda. Sometimes it just makes the most sense. In the moment. Metagross is your boy, Jack. Mega Metagross. Stumbling over my words there. Great Mega. Shiny Metagross is a fantastic shiny. It certainly is. Certainly is. All-round cool Pokemon. It's definitely all-round cool Pokemon, Jack. Hello. Hello, Ash. Good to see you. How you doing? Good to see you. Once more, how was your weekend? Yes, the screens are a little bit high up. Now, it's just a balancing act, Ash, because if I move the screens any nearer, then it's very difficult to reset them. I've got to sort of do some finger gymnastics, speaking of the Olympics, to get round the tripod. So yeah, but I'm hoping that this view is just marginally easier to see. It's just, yeah, the backlight is just not that powerful actually on the Game Boy Advance SP. I thought it'd be stronger than this, but alas. But yeah, hopefully, even then, you can still see the summary screen of the Pokemon okay. And you should, with this amount visible, you should be able to see if it's shiny or not, I hope. But as I've been saying, a more comprehensive stream layout and setup coming relatively shortly. New computer coming for my birthday very soon. So looking forward to streaming from the Nintendo Switch. All sorts of things planned. So that'll be happening soon. Tournament registration soon. Exactly, Jack. Hope they're able to get tickets. Alright, let's just do... We've reached 1,260 on the Sapphire and Leaf Green. We're going to do a bonus round of encounters, and then we'll swap to Shieldon in Platinum. You thought they gradually pushed away over time. Yes, no, thank you for alerting me to that, Ash. Appreciate that. Oh, the cry. Yes, there's also a cry that we're trying to guess here. And it's Generation 3 and it's a flying type. It's not Altaria. Altaria is like... something like that is Altaria. Or... it's a bit more extended. Alright. Here we've got our DS. And it's time for Platinum. Hopefully this will be a better view. Need the best two casters to be there. That's very sweet of you, Jack. Swallow Emerald. No, it's not. And it's not Tropius, Jack. Tropius is like... It's a really interesting sound, Tropius. Flying type Generation 3. I can give you another clue. It's green. Oops. I think I messed that up. Yes, here we go. Generation 3 flying type that's green. No, not that. What do we think? Pelipper? No, it's not. Not Pelipper. That's... Very sweet cry, Pelipper. Oh, keep pressing B when I mean to press A. What a great Pokemon. Doob Snacks. Kirk Dubé's episode of the podcast releases on Wednesday. And if you're a Pelipper fan, you might want to be tuning into that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Can't wait for you to hear the chat that I have with Doob Snacks. Oh, dear, oh dear, oh dear. I'm not in the sync of this one at all. We'll get used to it, though. Pressing B when I mean to press A. It is Rayquaza, Jack. Shiny Pelipper. It is Rayquaza, very good. The only green Gen 3 flying type you've got. Exactly. Exactly. Didn't want to say dragon because it would have been a little bit obvious. But yeah. That took us a little while, didn't it? Yeah, tricky one. I hope that kind of makes sense as a Rayquaza. An attempt at a Rayquaza cry. That's what I mean. Yeah, Tropius as well. Those are the greens, yes. But we know it's not Tropius. Alright. Let's check the shield on. So the way it works in Platinum is a little bit different because none of them are shiny. It's the most efficient way is to revive all 5 of the fossils that you have in your party and then check them all at once and then reset, revive the 5 again. Revive the 5. So it's satisfying checking all 5 at once. Latios and Latios are dragon flying, who knows? People might think that. They might, Jack, that's true. Still not green though. Oh dear, oh dear. Come on, here we go. A, not B there, in order to hand the fossil over. Good. Then we go out, then we go back in. Shiny Latios, that's kind of green. It's turquoise. I love a turquoise shiny. They do indeed have a Levitate Emerald, but they're Dragon Psychic, yes. They are jet plane inspired, so I mean, I can see why people might think they're flying type. Just glad no one accidentally guessed Flygon. Ooh, that's true. Nah. But yes, not a flying type, even though it's got fly in the name. There you go. Very sweet of you, Jack. Did I hand over a fossil? No. Dear, oh dear. Turn green when they mega. Welcome in, everyone. If you're just joining, we've just been doing some Aerodactyl and Lileep resets. That's the one. And now we switch over to Platinum for some Shield-Ons. You know what? I'm just going to increase the brightness. Yeah, let's go with that. Oh, gotta plug in this DS. That's better, isn't it? More visible. More like Dragon than Flygon, Jack. Yes, exactly. But Flygon also has levitate, so makes sense. Oh. Flygon called that because its flying type is gone. Yeah, true, Ash, true. Although I never had the flying type, so that kind of changes things, I guess. Well, I've got the Olympics on in the background. And we're about to have a race featuring a very... She's been hyped up a lot. Racer from Team GB, I can't remember the distance. So just hoping that Keely Hodgkinson can do it. Loving the Olympics. Anyone else watching along tonight? DS makes you feel so nostalgic. I'm not surprised, Jack. Makes me feel nostalgic as well. And you're many years younger than me, so it makes you feel nostalgic. Imagine how nostalgic it makes me feel. Cinderace. What about Cinderace, Jack? I'm not on your wavelength there, I'm afraid. Speaking of flying and the Olympics, the heights of the pole vault. Yeah, I did, Ash. Oof. Pole vault is just phenomenal. All of these athletes. I'm watching the Olympics now, watching the stream, and on your other screen, inspiration picks. Wow, Rani. You're putting so much into this, and I am so grateful. I hugely appreciate it. Oop, the races are off. Yes, Ronnie is making art for my birthday, which is incredibly sweet. I can't wait to see it. But, yeah, good luck to you, Ronnie. Look forward to seeing the finished product. Right, the races are off. Got my fingers crossed. It's 800 metres, that's it, that Keely Hodgkinson is running. A race and more Cinderace runs. Yeah, sure, Cinderace in the Olympics. True, true. Definitely a soccer rabbit, though, Jack. See it playing football. Means you don't get to make me feel old. But the fact that Generation 6 was your first, that certainly makes me feel quite old, Jack. The art's going to look great. Yes, I hear, Ash, that you are... you are advising Ronnie on the art, which is fantastic because, of course, your gifts, your art is so good. So impressive. Oh, let's just see. Let's just see how the race is going down. Oh, it's looking good for Keely Hodgkinson. Yes! Done it. She's done it. Team GB winning the women's 800 metres. Amazing. Yes, Ash, you're... as I've said before, I'm so grateful for your gifts. They're so sweet and they're so well done. I hope you had a lot of fun making them, because I certainly had a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun looking at them, so... Avid doodler, exactly. And those doodles have gone a long way, so thank you. I still can't quite... I'm trying to get my head around how you make those GIFs, you know? You seem to draw them and then rub out, and I might have asked you a similar question before. But yeah, how do you make it work? You just take pictures, stills of the sketches and then stitch them together, sort of thing? So we're to the UK winning something. Hey, Jack. We've been doing really well at the Olympics. I think we're 6th in the medal table right now. Yeah, no, we've definitely had some strong performances here and there. Shmon, hello. What colour is Shield on Shiny? Well, first of all, good to see you. How are you doing? How are you feeling about Hawaii? It's very soon, Shmon. Very soon. And good to see you back here. Shield on Shiny, so its body goes a brighter yellow, and the grey sort of crest that it has turns indigo, a dark blue. It's very smart. In fact, it's in the thumbnail of the stream. So yeah, take a look at the thumbnail and it will show you what Shield on Shiny is. I think it's a really cool one. Do I have any tips to minimise pain from mashing buttons? This is your first fossil shiny hunt and the A button spamming starting to hurt your hands. Oh wow. Interesting. This isn't something I've experienced myself. Zombie, the strain and the hand starting to ache. I've got to say. I think the more hunting you do, the more flexible your hands will become, the more used to it. Also, if you have multiple systems and you're constantly moving between them, you know, that's going to keep them limbered up. Have little breaks for water. I don't know, just keep them, you know, do some little exercises like that. Yeah, it's a good question, and I'm probably not the best person to ask, because it's fortunately not something I've experienced. But also, though, important, if your hand decides to hurt, then just take a little break. Take a little break. So yeah, maybe give it a little rest right now, Zombie, and then come back fresh. You never showed the work in progresses. No. Please do, yeah, I'd love to see. Love to see, Ash. Full page of different drawings. Oh my goodness, then the photos are taken before they're put together. Yeah, that makes sense, that makes sense. Must be very satisfying seeing it all come together after all that hard work. Shmon, world's prep, very stressful. Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. Anyone in the stream who's not aware, Shmon in the chat, good friend of mine. You can check out the tournament that Ben Keriaku, a fellow EU caster, and I commentated for Shmon in Lanarken in Belgium back in April. So strange to think that was approaching 4 months ago now, Shmon. Oh, so weird to think about. But anyway, we had a fantastic time. Shmon organised that tournament. He's also a Pokemon video game competitor, going to Hawaii very soon for the World Championships next weekend. So, of course, wishing Shmon all the best at that. But it's really crunch time for everyone now, getting their teams ready. Hope it's fun too, though, Shmon. Hope it's stressful in a good way. It is in the thumbnail, Shmon, exactly. You gotta get good. I don't know, because I'm not, you know, compared to something like Absol Blogs Pokemon or Quick Panic, I'm still relatively new to shiny hunting compared to them. So, I don't know, maybe just stuff I've done previously has limbered up my hands. I'm not sure. I guess I've always been quite dexterous. Not sure. I played the piano. Maybe that helps. That will probably help, actually. I've done, not too seriously, but I've played the piano for a little while. I've been very efficient with these. Just need to get into the rhythm. You mash A for shiny hunting, you find swapping fingers can help as well as breaks. Yeah, of course, yeah, swapping fingers. That's a really good idea, Ash, yeah. Managing it decently, swapping hands. That's good to know, Zombie. Yeah, just keep them limbered up, Zombie. Swap hands, take breaks. Play the piano. Looks like we'll have to do it soon again. Yeah! It would be great to do another tournament altogether. Love that. All comes to the UK. Exactly, Shmon. Yeah. Would be a pleasure to see you here. Yes. I think the piano does help. I played the piano when I was younger. And then over lockdown, I thought, when lockdown is lifted, what's something I would want to have achieved by the end of it? And so I started piano lessons again. And kept that up for a long time. But then I got busy because I'm an actor / writer by trade, and I wrote a one-man show that I was performing last year, which was a lot of fun. Intense, but a lot of fun. And with that going on, I just didn't really have time to keep up the practice. But I'd love to, when I'm in more of a routine, when I know my sort of stream schedule better and just going forward, how I divide up my time. It'd be great to pick up piano lessons again. Shiny hunting an SP because you can do it one-handed. Oh yeah, true. As long as it's not a reset hunt, then yes, you can do it one-handed. Yeah, the those swift one-hand encounters are so good, Ash. I remember a very satisfying day. It would have been in the autumn of 2022. This makes it sound so mystical. I was doing my Sapphire Dream Team quest, where I was hunting the Lileep earlier. And I was just in Petalburg Woods. I was going for, well, I mean, ideally, would have been amazing if a shiny Slackoth had appeared, but as it was, set my sights slightly lower on a shiny Wurmple, ultimately hoping for Beautifly, so specifically one that would evolve into Beautifly, and you can't tell what Wurmple's going to evolve into beforehand. It evolves and then you see what you've got. And yeah, all afternoon, really, with shiny hunting for Wurmple. And then into the evening, just as I was about to wrap up, actually, found shiny Wurmple. So good. And then I went to the Pokemon Center, learned I had Pokerus, and it evolved into Silcoon, which then evolves into Beautifly. Good day. Good day. Here's a question. What's our favourite Pokemon introduced in the Teal Mask or Indigo Disc? Favourite Pokemon introduced in Teal Mask or Indigo Disc? So Teal Mask, your options are Sinistcha, Poltergeist, Diplin, Blood Moon Ursaluna, Oh, the Loyal 3, of course, as well. Ogapon. Did I buy a lottery ticket after that one, Paul? I should have done, shouldn't I, Ash? I did not. But you can start to see now why maybe I had worse luck in Safari Week, because I've had some really good luck on that Sapphire file. As I say as well, each of the finds was under odds. And Pokerus. And a Wurmple that evolved into Beautifly. And one of the members was Viper, which is a 25% encounter with a Repel trick. And I got it first phase. So, yeah. But luck does balance out. It seems. Hopefully we don't go more than 50k for Shiny and Fossil Week. That would be very nice. In fact, I'm not sure I would stream all the way to... I'm not sure I would go beyond Fossil Week itself if we don't find a Shiny this time, but we'll have to see. Just because I have so many other streams lined up and I've got to get my PC parts that I've ordered built and get it all up and running. But we'll see. Now... Ogapon for you, Shimon. Favourite Pokemon in Teal Mask or Indigo Disc. Actually, maybe Raging Bolt. Shimon, having an existential crisis here. This is hard. You love Okidogi, you love Gouging Fire. Yeah, lots of good options on there. Wurmple is your favourite first stage bug. Such a little guy. Shiny is gorgeous. Yes, great shiny, right? Well, glad that gets your approval then, Zombie. Ogapon, your beloved Ash, yes. Great Pokemon, Ogapon. I love the Cornerstone Mask. I think the Cornerstone Mask might be my favourite Ogapon mask. Does anyone else have a preference on the Ogapon mask? Yeah, I think Cornerstone's a cool colour scheme, cool expression. Diplin is your favourite zombie. Shiny is the first you hunted in the DLC. So pretty. It certainly is. It's very pretty shiny. Oops. I do love the Applin line. I love Hydrapple. Oh yeah, I didn't list the Indigo Disc ones as well. So Hydrapple, which I love. Super Sweet Syrup, great ability. Regenerator, great ability. Can't remember the other one right now. Oh, these shield on encounters are really flying by now. Just triple checking there that that wasn't a shiny. I've learned my lesson after running away from that shiny Venonat in Safari Week. Yeah, Hydrapolene, Indigo Disc, Terrapagos, of course, Gouging Fire, Raging Bolt, Walking Wake. What else we got? Archaladon. Oh, of course, the Paradox Swords of Justice as well. So, Iron Crown, Iron Leaves, Iron Boulder. I love Iron Boulder. Love them all, but I think Iron Boulder might be my favourite. Is that everything for the new Pokemon? I got Petulant, I guess. I feel like I might be forgetting a new Pokemon for Indigo Disc, but correct me if I'm wrong. You've mainly started with the Teal Mask itself, Ash. Fair enough. Very cool mask. Very cool that you get to hold an item alongside having the Teal Mask as well. I'm sure, by the way, I wonder if anyone in the chat can help me with this. In the game, you know you've got Cornerstone, Hearthflame, Cornerstone, and Wellspring. I'm sure the Teal Mask has a name as well. One of the things I plan to do, by the way, one of the things I plan to stream is I have the Pokemon Violet DLC completely untouched, so Teal Mask and Indigo Disc. So I'll be doing some kind of challenge run with that, and I'll be taking suggestions as to what to do, but we'll see what I end up doing. I'm sure that the Teal Mask has a name like Hearthflame, Cornerstone, and Wellspring. I think it's said in the game, it's in one of those cutscenes where they're telling you about the lore of the Loyal Three. Maybe something to do with a meadow or something. Anyway, when I stream playing through the DLCs, we will settle that once and for all, won't we? Anyway. You love the terror effects on each of the masks. Yes, Ash, so cool. Big crystalline mask with a fantastic secondary effect, stat boost, or ability stat boost. Love it. You've made your choice, Shmon. Regouging Ogopogi. Regouging Ogopogi. That's a very satisfying word to say. Regouging Ogopogi. Love it. Love it, Shmon. Raging Bolt for you, Ronnie. Yeah, very cool design. Mochi Mochi. Exactly. Petulant. Didn't forget it, I just added it late. But that was such a hilarious epilogue. Mochi madness. Solo horsey run, yeah, could do Ronnie, couldn't I? Ooh. That's, yeah, well. Ogerpon being a grass type. That final boss bit of Teal Mask might be very tough. Solo horsey run. It could be Kingdra. Yeah. A good suggestion, though. I like the idea. I'll see. All sorts of things that could go on there. Someone suggested a baby Pokemon only run. Cleffa, Pichu, Igglybuff. That could be fun. There's got to be some kind of shiny element to it, I think. It could be a mono-type run. All sorts. The Mochi-controlled locals, I see. Yes, Ash, yeah, they... I did forget them. In terms of new Pokemon. In the DLC, I guess. What's everyone's favourite out of Iron Boulder, Iron Crown, Iron Leaves? I think it's got to be Iron Boulder for me, like I said. I love that design. Mighty Cleave is a really cool move as well, going through Protect. Oops. How about everyone else? Crown, Leaves, or Boulder? Oh, we're enjoying a little audio of button pressing, by the way. Something I do a good line in. Yeah, Iron Crown, Iron Leaves, or Iron Boulder. It's Iron Boulder for me, like I said. And then also, of course, Gouging Fire, Raging Bolt, or Walking Wake. That one for me... The high vis is coming off, by the way. Just a bit warm. Gouging Fire, Raging Bolt, or Walking Wake. Tough. Probably is Raging Bolt. It's such a good design. Fun fact about Raging Bolt as well, by the way. It's based on a Brontosaurus, the dinosaur. Brontos is Greek for thunder. Saurus is Greek for lizard. Thunder lizard. So, of course, it's an electric dragon type. I love Pokemon etymology names. I love languages, so yeah, anything like that, I'm all on board. Raging Bolt is hilarious zombie, yeah, it's such a good design. It's especially hilarious seeing Raging Bolt next to something like a Clefairy on the field, right? Tiny and massive meat on the battlefield. Iron Leaves for you. Very good, Ash. Interesting answer. Virizion was your favourite as a teen. Yeah, Virizion is a really cool Pokemon. Raging Bolt for sure for you, Ash, yeah. Iron Leaves did pretty well in Bologna at the special event, though, which surprised a lot of people. I mean, we weren't expecting it. Wonder if we'll see more at Worlds in just a couple of weeks' time. Who's excited for Worlds? Who's going to be tuning in? I know that Shone is going to be there competing. Who is... Yeah, I'm so looking forward to tuning in. Having said that, the time difference I think means that by the time I wake up, the day's action will be done. But, oh well. Looking forward to catching up on the streams. Love Raging Bolt, Ash. Iron Crown is your favourite, Ronnie? Oh, so that's one vote for each of us. Because I went Boulder, Leaves for Ash, and then Ronnie goes Iron Crown. There you go. You complete the trio. Yeah, 12-hour time difference, exactly. Still, exciting that it's happening. But who's looking forward to catching up on it? I mean, who's going to be keeping an eye on what goes down? Shohei Kimura, Japanese player, won last year at the World Championships. Before that, it was Eduardo Cunha in 2022 in London. I was there. I watched him win. Very exciting times. Had a great time spectating at Worlds. So those are the recent World Champions. I wonder if... this time a new continent will win it. I wonder if North America will win it this time. Whether it will stay in Japan. Whether Europe can do it again. Exciting. Can't wait to see. Hello, Toasted. Good to see you. How are you doing? How was your weekend? Loved seeing the little addition of Celebi to your Kurt art. If anyone's unfamiliar, yes, Toasted is a pixel artist. Sorry about that. Is a talking to the flower pot there. Hello, flower pot. Yeah, Toasted Pixel is a pixel artist. Currently working on a Kurt's house workshop in Generation 2. And the little previews I've seen, as Ash says, so exciting, looks great. So yeah, I hope that's going well for you, Toasted. Been loving seeing the progress. It's so nostalgic. Toasted added, based on our suggestions, added a little silhouette of a Shellaby lurking in the background, just waiting outside of Kurt's workshop. Glad it's been going well for you. And no, Ashgarp's not too kind, Toasted. It's just really cool art that you're doing. Should we do a Pokemon Cry? Try and get a some Pokemon Cries guest here. Let me see now. Trying to remember this one. Who's that? It's Generation 8 Pokemon. Chuck your guesses in the chat. Terrible with the cries, Toasted. Well, have a go, have a go. You might surprise yourself. It's a pretty onomatopoeic cry, so, in other words, it does kind of sound like what the Pokemon is, this one. Probably do that better, actually. That sort of thing. Snomash. It's not Snom. In fact, what is Snom's crying? It's quite twinkly snow kind of cry, I think. What's Frostmoth's cry? Recognise it, but you really have no clue. What is Frostmoth's crying? Yeah, again, it's very sort of wind chimey, hard to replicate. It's like, yeah, very hard to do. Oh. You're back, Shmon. Been doing really well with the streams. Oh, thanks. Good consistency. Thank you very much, Shmon. Yes. Well, Safari Week obviously was a whole thing that went into Safari Month. And then it just made sense to do Fossil Week, really. The timing was too good. But as I've been saying, Shmon, it's my birthday soon. And I've got a proper streaming PC ready to assemble. I'll be building it myself. So I'm looking forward to streaming competitive stuff and streaming from the Switch and various things like that. So looking forward to all kinds of new streams. So I'm glad you've been appreciating the consistency so far, Shmon. There'll be plenty more and plenty of diverse adventures for us all to go on. So exciting. But thanks so much, that means a lot. You've done a bit of streaming before, right, Shmon? I wonder if you'll do so again. I'd love to see. So, this cry that I've been doing, because we seem to be a bit stumped so far. It is Generation 8, and it is a ghost type. A ghost type Pokemon, Generation 8, whose cry is... Guess the cry. Otherwise, please do like and subscribe if you're enjoying the stream, everyone. These things really do help out a huge amount, and I'd very much appreciate it. Thank you, and a pleasure to have you all here. We'll be going for about another half an hour or so, maybe a little bit longer, trying to find a Fossil Week shiny. We went more than 50,000 encounters without a shiny in Safari Week. Let's hope our Fossil Week luck is better. Dreepy, Ronnie, very close, very close. You know what, I'll give it to you. Because I can't quite remember Dreepy's cry, but I can remember Dragapult's cry, and Dragapult is what I was going for. So, yes, congratulations, Ronnie. You did it. The Dreepy line. So you get to suggest one for me to do. Good job. You said you really had no clue, but there you go, you see? Just got to challenge yourself. Galarian Yamask Zombie is a good guess. Really good guess. Don't the regional form Pokemon... Don't they have the same cry as their original regional forms? Like Antonian Vulpix, Alolan Vulpix, for example. I might be wrong about that, but no, it's, yeah. Dreepy or Dragapult. But the Dreepy line. Because I can't quite remember Dreepy's exact cry, but yes, Dragapult. Yamask is sort of a little bit waily, I think. Can't remember now. So, Ronnie, suggest a cry for me to do. And we will try and guess. Oh, well, no, we won't guess because we'll know what it is. But I will try and do my best to replicate it. No idea, actually. Maybe same, maybe different. Yeah, exactly. The regional form cry versus the original form cry. I have a feeling it's the same. I'm trying to think of an example that proves that. I think it is. Thinking about Alolan Ninetales versus Cantonian Ninetales, I'm pretty sure. That different regional forms actually have the same cry amongst the species. Let's do an either-or question. Here's one. Inspired by this card I've got on my top right. Sinister or Poltegeist? Sinister or Poltegeist? I really like how they flipped it. So in Generation, or from Generation 8, Sinistea evolves into Poltegeist. But in Generation 9, Poltergeist evolves into Sinister. They sort of flipped the line, and I think that's really creative. But yes, one is Pure Ghost, one is Grass Ghost. I'm losing concentration. Let me just focus on this shield on. Not shiny. I think for me... What should I choose? I think it's going to be Sinistcha for me. In fact, I remember shiny hunting Poltergeist. And if you're not familiar, the shiny is just... The black bits on Poltergeist have a slight green hint on the shiny form. Very hard to see. Very hard to see. I find one. I think, oh, I should run away and save just in case. I don't. Throw a... No, maybe I don't even throw a ball. First thing that happens, Poltergeist used Memento. Memento makes the user faint. So I failed it. I couldn't reset because I hadn't saved just before it. So stupid. Let that be a lesson to you all. Save before you encounter your shinies. Or if you're not sure you encounter it is shiny, run away, save, and then re-encounter it. Because you can do that in Generation 9. You can run away, and the Pokemon will still be there. You can still encounter the shiny. Yeah, Sinistcha, Hospitality, really cool ability. Match and Gotcha, cool move, yeah. How about you all? Poltergeist or Sinistcha? It was pretty awful, Zombie, yeah, it was... Then it took so long to find another one as well. So long to find another shiny Poltergeist. But I did in the end. I felt so silly. Voltorb is penciled in as my shout for Kurt's house. Oh, cool, yeah, good. The Pokeball person, or the person who makes Apricorn Pokeballs. Makes sense to have a Voltorb there too. Someone mentioned Kurt has Shuckle in the manga. Oh yes, of course. Yeah, the Pokemon manga. I'm looking forward to reading that. I've never read the manga before, but that's something I'd really like to get into. Yeah, I think it'd be right up my street, actually. Anyone who reads the Pokemon manga in here? Would be interested to hear your thoughts. Sounds like exactly the kind of cozy read, delving into the lore that I would love. So yeah. What else do we have coming out this week, everyone? Got about half an hour of stream to go. Maybe we'll find a shiny before the end of stream. Again, we went so over odds for Safari Week. I kind of... Part of me wouldn't be surprised, but still, this early on in Fossil Week would be quite the find. Yeah, the Shieldon encounters are slower than Aerodactyl and Lileep on the Game Boy Advance. I've only done about 100 in the past hour. Having said that, I'm more in a routine now, so maybe we can motor through for the rest of the stream. You were lucky enough to get an artisan poltergeist in an artisan poltergeist outbreak. I see. That's amazing. Very cool, zombie. Wow. Obligated to hunt it, yeah. Test capture first. Spotted memento. I see you did the test capture. That's very good, yeah. Important to do that, zombie. Well, that's incredible. How could you tell that it was an artisan poltergeist outbreak? Anyone who's not familiar with this artisan thing, poltergeist and Sinisty, and Sinisty and poltergeist, they have different forms. There's one much more common form, sort of a counterfeit form, or can't remember what the equivalent for Sinister and poltergeist is. But then they have a much rarer form, which for poltergeist Sinister is the artisan form. It's just a stamp that's on the bottom, and it makes it a very enticing hunt. Let's try and get the shiny artisan poltergeist or Sinister. Very cool mechanic. It's a bit like the 1% family of 3 mousehold or 3 segment Dudunsparce. I want to do that shiny hunt for family of 3 mousehold one day. Manga is so good, such a time capture from those times as well. Very fun read. Yes, Toasted. I'm not surprised to hear that. It looks very nostalgic, and given it's based on the video games, I think I'd just get totally lost in it. I think I'd really love it. Good that it gets your seal of approval. Quickly put together a strategy zombie for the shiny poltergeist, and you got one. Artisan. Very nice. It is barely different. Yeah, it's just a little stamp on the bottom, isn't it? But so what, did you just encounter the first one? Oh, okay. Outbreaks are either one form or the other, never both. I see. If you catch one and it's artisan, the whole outbreak should be. I see, yes. No, that does ring a bell. I think you might be right there. I think someone else mentioned that to me. Wow. Yeah, it's a really good point, actually. I've seen multiple poltergeist outbreaks on my game, but I've never actually checked to see if it's the artisan one. Very cool. Don't think you could do mouse holes. You still haven't managed to get them shiny in general. They're hard to figure out. They are hard to figure out. I do actually have a couple of shiny Tandemaus. Ash. I've evolved them both, and neither of them evolve into the family of 3. But yes, it's interesting though. Tandemaus and some other more subtle shinies. You would surprise yourself as to how actually once you've run into a bunch of Tandemaus, you subconsciously kind of know what the regular form is, and so the shiny does pop out at you. Yeah, the grey on their bodies instead of the blue. Once you've seen enough regular Tandemaus, you'd be surprised how immediately you can notice it, actually. I guess Dudunsparce is the easier version of that hunt, right? If you're going for a 1% 3 segment Dudunsparce, it's bright pink instead of blue, so. If you wanted to do the hunt, then I guess Dudunsparce is the one to start with, but Usually they're in areas where the grass nearly covers them. Yeah, I know what you mean. Let's keep stopping. Maybe I'll try again in the future. Yes. You've got to get an outbreak in the right place. Like, you can get an outbreak for Tanamouse in the, I think it's called Paradise Barrens in Kitakami, Teal Mask DLC. That's good, there's no grass around there. Yeah, you've got to go up to each one and look at it carefully. You've got to sort of, yeah, focus in. But I do think it's more doable than people might first think. Oh, Team GB have got another gold in the Olympics, or at least I'm watching the medal ceremony now. Excellent. Team GB doing very well. Always good to see. I would say that's someone from the UK. But there have been some... just the level of quality on display at the Olympics. It's an obvious point, but incredible. The Brazilian Rebecca Andrade, I believe her name was, in the gymnastics earlier, just mind-blowing. How polished that routine was. The flair that she had. Incredible. Painting a Celebi in pixels has really got you in the mood to catch one. I'm not surprised, Toasted. Celebi, yeah. I think if you have Pokemon Crystal on the Virtual Console on the 3DS, Toasted, then they've tweaked it so that once you've beaten the Elite Four, you can get Celebi. But otherwise, on the original Crystal cartridge, yeah, I don't think Celebi is obtainable. Now, of course, the 3DS online shop is closed, and I wasn't able to, because I wasn't able to set a new payment method on the 3DS shop before it closed, and so I wasn't able to get the Virtual Console Crystal, which is a real shame. But yeah, hopefully they'll make Celebi available again, because it'd be quite the shiny hunt as well. This is in terms of Antique Generation 2 Toasted, but yeah, I don't think it's obtainable in any other generation right now either. Someone can correct me on that if I'm wrong, but I think that's the case. Yes, Rebecca Andrade's floor routine was amazing, wasn't it, Ash? Yeah, Rebecca so deserved the gold there. I love just having the Olympics on in the background, seeing some sports people at the very top of their game. Very special indeed. We've got to make the most of these Olympics as well, only every 4 years while they're on. Paradise Barrens is where you got your Tanamouse outbreak and you hunted them. Yes, exactly, Zombie. We're on the same wavelength there. What's the 16 count method, Zombie? This is interesting. What's the 16 count method? I've never heard of this. Very exciting. Can't wait to hear. You've got Crystal on cart and on Virtual Console. Oh, good, Toasted. Well then, you're sorted. Yeah, so you can get Celebi. You just have to beat the Elite Four on the Crystal Virtual Console. On Crystal on the Virtual Console, I mean. And, yeah, then you can... I think you go to Kurt's house, or maybe you go and see Professor Elm or something. Gives you the GS ball. Something like that. So, yeah, great. Excited for you. Hope that one day I'll be able to go for a Celebi myself. Also, I've just seen with this layout, it looks like my view, my camera, is the touchscreen on the DS. Maps on pretty precisely. You bought Crystal to replay on the 3DS in lockdown. Yeah, well, that's a good time to buy it. And did you play through Crystal during lockdown? Toasted. I can imagine that was a lot of nostalgic fun. And also, yeah, Zombie, I'm very much looking forward to hearing about this 16 count method. I've never heard of it. It makes shiny hunting Pokemon like Tandemaus easier than I'm all. Yeah, I'm excited to hear about it. You're going to boot up 3DS now? Cool. Your last save was after beating Elite Four. Toasted. This has worked out very well indeed, hasn't it? Amazing. Only 15 Pokemon can spawn on screen at once, Zombie. Okay. 16 spawned, and one of them is a shiny, because the shiny is a separate spawn. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Stand somewhere you can see the spawns and count them. Wow. But surely shiny is a separate spawn. Okay, okay. So it still involves a bit of Ice Train, I guess, because you've got to count the Pokemon appearing on screen. But yeah, much less than normal. That's good to know. That's that, Zombie. I'd never heard of that. Learn something new every day. Thank you, Zombie. Please do hop into the Discord community, by the way, Zombie. It's linked below. And you can follow me on all the socials on there as well. But it'd be great to continue sharing shinies, talking about them, Pokemon trivia, etc. off stream. Chazingdra Chats Factory, link below. And anyone else who wants to continue hanging out off stream. It would be great to see you there. And again, please do like and subscribe if you're enjoying the stream, everyone. We've got so much content on the channel. Chazingdra Chats, my podcast, taking a stroll through the life stories of people in the Pokemon community, discovering the 6 Pokemon on their dream team along the way. As I mentioned to you, Zombie, there's episodes with Absol Blogs Pokemon, episodes with Quick Panic. If you're into shiny hunting, and then there's all sorts of competitive guest players, casters, casual players of Pokemon, people behind the scenes on streams, all sorts. So there's bound to be something, a guest for everyone to enjoy, just to get used to the format of the show. Then I've got my event vlogs that I do, because I'm a host and commentator for the Pokemon Company International on the video game, competitive video game side of things. Got my Patreon link below where you can support me as a creator. You can also have access to bonus Chazingdra Chats content there, the Rapidash rounds, bonus quickfire questions from my guests they have not prepared for. So all sorts going on, all sorts going on. It'll be a pleasure to see you watching or following or just enjoying the content. So thanks so much. But for now, thanks for enjoying the stream. First time you visited Crystal since you were a kid, Toasted. That's so exciting. Played it with Nuzlocke rules, and that's how Poliwhirl became my favourite Pokemon. Ah, nice. That's a really good idea for a new playthrough to freshen things up. Looking forward to doing a Nuzlocke. Maybe I'll make my Hidden Treasure of Area Zero DLC run through with Pokemon Violet and Nuzlocke. I'm not sure. All sorts of options for that. I'll be streaming that hopefully relatively soon, so keep your eyes peeled to the channel. Let's check this shield on. How'd you get a shiny Minior 2 zombie? Yeah, of course. Yeah, Minior. Minior Pokemon is shiny. You can't tell if it's shiny until you encounter it and you see the sparkles, because it's only out of its rock casing that you can see if it's shiny. If it's a black body, then that's the shiny Minior. So yeah, I can see how that would help the encounters fly by for you, zombie. And welcome if you're just tuning in. You're tuning in for the end game of the stream here. We're only going for about another 15 minutes or so. We can still find a shiny. We still could. We're going for Shieldon and Platinum right now. We were hunting for Aerodactyl and Lileep earlier. Kind of alternate between them because it's very difficult to do all three at the same time for this particular hunt. You're very welcome here. Speaking of counting, you think one of the funniest... And that sounds very nice, zombie. Yeah, for sure. Well, Discord community link below. Chazingdra Chocolate Factory. Speaking of counting, you think one of the funniest Amber Shiny hunts you did was the Cyclozar Outbreak. Find a spot and then watch them all whiz by. That's true, actually. Yeah, that's a good point. But then you've got to be ready to pounce, because you don't want it to whiz past and then despawn. I guess you just immediately save the game, but yeah, Cyclozar is such a good shiny. I did indeed do some resets off stream, Ronnie. Yeah, in fact, so on Friday, I got up to like 400 and... Right, let me just check these. No shiny. I got up to... yeah, about 450 encounters on Friday, and then I've done about that again off stream. So yeah, because the encounters are just so much slower with the resets, wanted to get in the encounters that I could. If the shiny comes off stream, then you know, I apologise, but also at least we found one. Didn't mean to press B there. I do want you to turn the fossil into a Pokemon, please, Mr. Scientist. Thank you. Now, let's have a final cry to guess, shall we? Let me see. Oh yeah, here we go. Who's that Pokémon? Generation 1 Pokemon. Who is it? Yes, I've seen quite a few shiny fails with Cyclozar, or fails with shiny Cyclozar as well. Zombie. Zips past. I was okay with mine. Of course it was running fast, but was able to get it before it ran too far away. Oops. But yes, guess which Pokemon this is based on the cry. Generation 1 Pokemon. I think it's a really good cry, this one. It's kind of onomatopoeic, as I've been saying, really represents the Pokemon quite well. It's not Golemash. Not Golem. But it's a good guess. I can see the similarity. In fact, they might be remixes of each other, these cries. Gollum's like... I can picture the sort of tone of Gollum's cry, but I can't remember the... not picture, but I can... in my head, I can hear the tone of Gollum's cry, but I can't... The melody, in inverted commas, not so much. Generation 1 Pokemon. Geodude zombie, no it's not. Interesting that we're leaning into this line. Geodude, I do remember, that's like... This is... But, round thing with face are the right lines to think along. Round thing with face, and the cry is... Generation 1 Pokemon. You're late, but hello, Ace. Good to see ya. How you doing, Ace? You were in Geneva last time you tuned in, I believe. And no worries about being late. It's just a pleasure to see you. How are things going? How are your travels going? Always a pleasure to have you here. Let's check this batch of 5 shield on. You were going to say Electro Dash? It's not, and it's not Voltorb Zombie. Voltorb and Electrode, like... I'll tell you the noise. It is indeed wheezing, Luke. Well done. Wheezing. Congratulations. Coughing and wheezing, they're very similar cries, a bit like Voltorb and Electrode. Very good, Luke. Pretty distinctive, that one. So you can suggest one for me to do now, Luke, if you like. You're doing good? You got back to England yesterday? Oh, cool, Ace. Nice. Well, welcome home. How were your travels? How were they in total? What was your favourite place you went to? I'm sure there's so much to say there, but yeah, we'd love to hear the highlights. Very exciting that you took yourself off travelling. I'm doing very well, thanks, Ace. Today, I was shows how tired I am. I was about to say... confusing the words edit and episode. I was editing Doob Snacks' episode of the podcast, Pokemon Unite Caster. That's going to be a lot of fun for you all to hear. I've been loving going back through the footage. I was about to say going back through the fossils. That's what I'm doing now. Oh dear. Brain a little bit fried right now. And yeah, we had a good laugh. So excited for you all to hear that. So busy day. And then weekend was good too. Oh, already. Done the 5 fossils. Flying past. Check these. Weekend, spent with my girlfriend, and then also... yeah, was ordering PC components because that's going to be my main birthday present. So I can start streaming from the Nintendo Switch and doing competitive things and generally doing other games. So I'll have all sorts of different things to stream, so that's very exciting. So, productive weekend and also fun and productive day today. Didn't sleep so well Saturday night, just because of the temperature. Caught up a little bit yesterday, but having to catch up on more sleep tonight, so yeah. You booted up. Crystal, last save was Route 12 in Kanto. Perfect, Toasted. You go and get that Celebi. Very exciting. You gonna shiny hunt it, Toasted? Or you're just gonna claim your prize of the Celebi, not bother with the shiny hunt for now. Glad we were all able to help you with that, Toasted. identifying how you can get Celebi in the Virtual Console and Crystal. Exciting times. Ghastly Luke, here we go. That was pretty good. Not gonna lie, I thought that was pretty good. What do we think of that? Should we keep doing this recently? You can't stay around. No worries. Tell me about the travels next time. Don't worry, Ace. No, it's just very kind of you to pop by. Have a good rest of your night. Have a very merry rest of your day. See you soon. Appreciate you stopping in. Stopping by. Sleep well. Dropping in, stopping by. There we go. Also, if anyone's built their own PC here, I'd be intrigued to hear. I'll watch, a YouTube tutorial or something like that. But, yeah, just would be intrigued to hear people's thoughts on, like, how long it took them, how difficult they found it. Just so I have more of an idea of what to expect when I'm building my own, because I've got all the components, just need to put it all together. I think it's important to build it myself so I know how to replace components in the future if I need to. I know better how it all works. Just a satisfying intellectual challenge in itself. So yeah, looking forward to that. All ready to go for the autumn for some cozy streams. And I can't believe I'm already talking about the autumn. 2024, hasn't it just been the fastest? I mean, obviously every year gets faster, but you know what I mean? Thanks for the help, no worries. You're sure Celebi will be a pipe dream. Yeah, well, you'd be forgiven for thinking that, but yeah, Virtual Console makes it so much easier. You've been remaking Kurt's house the whole time. Now, full circle, you're going back to Crystal to get a GS ball off Kurt. Yeah, exactly. What a lovely way of putting it, Toasted. Exactly. Nice way to come full circle, so to speak, Toasted. Are you going to shiny hunt it, though? Well, we're getting through these batches of 5 very quickly now. Right, everyone. We're going to get up to 1,450 resets, and then we'll call it a night. So, if this shiny Shieldon is coming, it has to come in the next 18 resets. And we started tonight's stream on, I think, 904 resets. Then we got up to 1,260 for Aerodactyl and Lileep. So about 350 resets there. And then we're going to get up to, well, actually, yeah, around 200 for Shieldon. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Nearly 500 resets in one stream, which, given how slow these resets can be, is pretty good. And we're just getting into reminding ourselves of the rhythm of the resetting. Shiny is a pink issue, that's right. You're going to have to compare the sprites, will be fun though. Yeah, up to you, Toasted, whether you shiny hunt that Celebi or not. It is indeed a pink issue, yeah. It's a great opportunity because, as we've said, without the Virtual Console, it's so hard to get shiny Celebi. In fact, I think currently the only way to shiny hunt it and get Celebi is on the Virtual Console, so that can go one of two ways. It can either be, oh well, just thrilled to get Celebi, which is entirely fair enough, or it could be, I'm going to take this opportunity to shiny hunt it then. Up to you. Incidentally, if we do... Oh, actually, first of all, let me just talk about potential next stream. I'm hoping tomorrow evening for the next stream. Keep an eye on my socials as to the confirmation of that, but that's what I'm thinking. Tomorrow, probably 7 PM UK time again for a few hours. Do some more Fossil Week resets. Oh, lovely. So I hope to see you there. Tomorrow, 7 PM UK time. And I'm hoping to do another skit as well, a Fossil Week skit. If you missed these for Safari Week, I was doing daily after we'd been doing 2 weeks of encounters in the Safari Zone. I started doing some comedy sketches to promote the streams. They're a lot of fun to do, and I want to do the same for the Fossil Week. I think doing them every day will be a bit unrealistic, but I certainly aim to do a Fossil Week skit tomorrow. So keep your eyes peeled. Yeah, next stream, 7 PM UK time tomorrow, I'm expecting. But again, keep an eye on my socials as to whether I am confirming that, just in case anything else comes up. I think you're soft locked into Kanto, Toasted. Uh-oh. No, you shouldn't be. The boat... There's a boat which goes every Wednesday and Sunday or something like that. Otherwise, you need the magnet train to be operational, and that requires a little side quest. You should be okay, Toasted. I didn't do a skit for this stream. Ronnie, no. Mondays are too busy. I think as a creator, it's learning your limits, learning your boundaries, and I loved doing these Safari skits. I'm going to love doing the Fossil skits too. But doing one every day, just not realistic. And I've got to take care of my energy levels and trying to achieve all the things I want to in a day. So yeah, the skits, when they happen, I very much look forward to them, but it can't be every day. Hang on a second. SSN only runs Wednesday and Sunday. Magnet Train from Saffron isn't running. Magnet Train from Saffron isn't running. That's weird. Oh yeah, try flying to the Elite Four. Good idea, Ash. Weird that the Magnet Train isn't running though. So the Magnet Train, it probably won't be running because you have to do that side quest, which involves finding a machine part in Misty's gym, I believe. Also, though, just come Wednesday, 2 days' time, you'll be able to go back then. But yeah, you should, maybe via the Elite Four or get the Magnet Train up and running. Let us know, Toasted. Hopefully you can access that Celebi today. So everyone will be getting up to 1,450 encounters and then calling it a stream. So that's going to be this batch of 5 and the next batch of 5. Oops. Alright, let's see. Do we have a shiny here? Shiny shield on. No, we don't. Oops. And what does everyone else have coming up the rest of this week? For me, I am... Well, I'm going to be exporting and uploading and generally getting Kirk's episode ready that I edited today. Doob Snacks, Pokémon Unite. For my podcast, Chazingdra Chats. Episodes drop every Wednesday. Keep an eye out for that. Hopefully filming a skit or a little video diary entry from being underground, as I am for Fossil Week. In fact, I'm going to try and get a few podcast episodes edited this week because I have a couple of weeks off the next 2 weeks, I think, given it's my birthday soon and potentially going on holiday as well. So yeah, it'll be a busy week of podcast editing, I think. And then whatever else I have time for alongside that, I guess. What's everyone else got going on this week? And yeah, Toasted, is that a workaround? Can you just fly to the Elite Floor? Elite Floor. Elite Four and access Kanto that way. Alright, here we go. Last batch of 5. No. No shiny, but we'll do a bonus round, because we always do. So, bonus 5 encounters here, or bonus 5 resets for this shield on. Let's see. At some point, as I was saying in Spire Week, at some point, we'll find the shiny on the bonus round. And that's going to be incredible. Bonus round exactly, Ash. No, we all love the bonus round. Is it going to pay dividends? Hey, what else do we all have coming up this week? If you were doing this hunt as well, everyone, which shiny would you most want to find? Aerodactyl, Shieldon, or Lileep? Aerodactyl, Shieldon, or Lileep would you most want to find doing Fossil Week? The shiny, of course. Hello, shiny Tatsugiri. Wow, a shiny Tatsugiri appeared, everyone. That's amazing. Everyone, welcome to shiny Tatsugiri. Good to see you. How are you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. How did you come across it? And Zombie, how did you come across the stream as well? Would love to hear. You've caught us in our final round of encounters tonight, Tatsugiri. Oh, was that it? Oh, wow. We really raced through those. So this is it. This is it. This is our final round of encounters. Let's see if one of these is going to be shiny. But how are you doing, Tatsugiri? Thanks for tuning in. You go for Lileep, Ronnie, and either of the Gen 3 ones. Fair enough. So Aerodactyl or Lileep. Shiny Tatsugiri, exactly. Will it bring luck? Let's find out. No. No, it won't. I'm going to go through them one more time. No. Go through them a final time. No shiny. Obviously, I'm being more careful than I was in Safari when I ran away from a shiny Venonat after more than 50,000 encounters. So there you go. Thanks so much, everyone, for chilling with me tonight. Fantastic to see you all. So we got in about... Oh, actually, no, I lowballed earlier. About 550 encounters in tonight's stream, which is very good, given how slow these resets can be. Very much appreciate you all hanging out. Please do give the stream a like. Please do subscribe if you have not already. All of those things really do help out a huge amount, much more than it might first seem. Got all of my socials linked below if you want to have a follow there too. You can also hop into my Discord community, Chazingdra Chocolate Factory, so I can keep hanging out off stream, share the shinies we find, competitive thoughts, Pokemon trivia, all of that sort of thing. My Patreon is also linked below if you want to support me as a creator, and there you get bonus content from my podcast Chazingdra Chats, where we take a stroll through the life stories of people in the Pokemon community and discover the 6 Pokemon on their dream teams along the way. So plenty for you to enjoy there, but if you're not in a position to support my Patreon, then that's totally understandable. Just really appreciate you supporting the stream tonight by watching. Next stream probably tomorrow, 7 PM UK time. Keep an eye on my socials where I will post to confirm or not whether that is going ahead. I've got plenty of other content on the channel too. I've got my comedy skits from Safari Week. Hopefully, we'll be doing another comedy skit tomorrow. I've got my event vlogs that I film because I'm a host and commentator for the competitive Pokemon video game side of things. And, of course, the podcast up there as well. So much Chazingdra goodness to get involved in. We'll be streaming from the Nintendo Switch, hopefully, relatively soon, given I have a proper PC ready to get set up. So very much looking forward to that, because it's my birthday relatively soon. And otherwise, thanks so much for joining me, everyone. Let me just catch up on these final messages here. You are back in Newbark. Excellent. Flew to Elite 4. Trek back to Victory Road. Oh, wow. And then surfed on Poliwrath back to Newbark Town. Good for you, Toasted. At least you got there, so you can now go for that. So that'll be very exciting. Shieldon is really cute, though. You'd also like that. Yeah, Shieldon's very cute. Zombie, Lileep, definitely for you. You're planning to hunt it later. Such a good shiny, and it's a great shiny. Yeah, it really is. I love that sort of turquoisey green. Any shiny like that. Found a stream while looking around for something to watch while shiny hunting yourself. Well, I hope you had a fantastic time, Zombie. Hope to see you in the Discord community, linked below. Hope to see you on a future stream. If not, just brilliant to have met you, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. And Ronnie, have a very merry evening / day, everyone. Couldn't have said it better myself, Ronnie. And so, yeah, let me just quote Ronnie again there. Have a very merry rest of your day.